that do the viral thing, I mean, it's such a seeking of validation.
That's
what I like to look at.
Yeah.
You know, I look at it like, and because like, again, I'm a wire. I'm thinking, why? Like, why are you chasing this clout like this? Oh, I'm seeking validation. I don't feel like I matter. So this is going to give me all the reason for, you know, and that's such a sad place to find it. We always ask, why do people join gangs? They're looking for family.
Yeah.
They're looking for something to be a part of. And you know, and definitely speaking to his point, like when you think about, like, I always think about that too. Like, where have we gone wrong in the society? Like, where was the breach? Where did we go from these people who had respect for elders and all of that? And I do have a period that I point to, and I call it the late 80s, when crack ran through our community rampant and destroyed so much of what we were. Because at that point, you know, people looking for, you know, looking for whatever they were looking for. The crack epidemic burnt out our communities in such a way that if you really look now, we never really recaptured them. I mean, gentrification, if you look at DC, if you look at Baltimore, like I always say, if Baltimore, Philly, because I'm from Baltimore, I live in Baltimore, Philly, DC, Camden, New Jersey were all on crack in the late 80s. Like all of them got clean, and Baltimore's still the one that's still getting high. Yeah. You know, and you know, like if you go to DC, that, you know, all of the hollowed out buildings have been rebuilt and taken back over through gentrification. So we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the 80s and the crack thing. Like, and I'm real hard on that. I'm a hard person on the whole crack, because, you know, drug dealing, and our community has not benefited one bit from the selling of drugs. Not one bit, like not one bit, for all that we've given up for that period, to allow people to ride cars that went out of style and rusted, got repossessed, to go to jail and tell, you know, to just get chicks that went on and got fat, to wear clothes that went out of style. We gave up a lot for a few people to get a little bit of bread, and not build any hospitals, not build any rec centers, not build any type of homeless shelters, not build any schools. We did not benefit one bit from a period that hollowed us out as a community. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, fathers in jail, aunts on drugs, grandparents raising kids that are now adults, now out in the street committing all kinds of blatant crimes. Like, we don't give enough credence to the crack era and our role in it, especially now that you find out that the feds were behind so much of the so that means that any dude that sold drugs was really an agent for the feds, for the CIA, for the feds. And I don't mince my words with that. Like, a lot of people like, yo, you can't take no, nah, dude, nah.
What do you think?
Nah, you created a fiend class in our neighborhood that nobody thought about, that bought crime and trash and unsanitary situations. Looking, you know, what do you think people do when they need to get high? They break in your grandmother's house. They bust upside the head and take a pocketbook. And we never think about that.
They take from their own grandmother.
We never talk about that. The VCRs they used to get stuff. And when we talk about what Devon said, like, you know, Devon, what Devon said, like, you know, where did we lose it? Where we lost, like, yo, you can't walk up. I grew up in Easton, where I knew everybody. Everybody knew me. Where did we lose it? And you grew up in Easton. When did the Hill become this dark, dank place that,
like you said, during that time, during the late 80s.
Exactly.
Even in a town as small as Easton, it got hit heavy.
It got hit heavy. Easton was a microcosm of what every community looked like across America. And you could say, was it a conspiracy? Did it, you know, all of that?
Either way, we still got to partake in it.
We played our part in it. And what did we gain?
Right.
Tell me, what did we gain? Somebody, I mean, what did we gain? Tell me, you know, what did we get out of that?
Nothing.
Nothing but war stories.
Reggae Paul, you wanted to chime in real quick?